when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, shortness of breath, you wheezing, the only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep.
Hey, Jay Money, bro. This shit hard, my nigga. I'm rocking with this song, my nigga. Real life. Shout out to everybody tuning in back home and shit. Everybody that's tuning in live on Facebook and shit, man. Hey, I got the big bro K-Rino in this motherfucker. About to get into this interview, man. Y'all stay tuned. Check this one-on-one Dance Sports Radio. That was my homeboy Jay Money, the last song. Jay Money, the Hardhead, featuring CC. You know what I mean? And shit, what y'all think, man? Smash it and trash it. What you think? You know, let's start off with K-Rino, man, a special guest in the building, man. What you think?
I like it, man. Let's keep it, man. We gonna smash it. We gonna keep it rolling, man. You know, the beat was dope.
Yeah.
The part I caught, the flow was live, so
yeah.
Let's put him in the mix, man.
Okay. Man, scale of 1 to 10, what you get that boy?
I ain't hear the whole thing from the beginning, but I mean, I shoot him a 7.5. You know, that's only like I said, I didn't hear everything, but I shoot him a hot 7.5.
Yeah, that's a good look, man.
Towards 8.
That's a good, hey, yeah, that's a good look. That's a good look. How you feel, Keystone? What you got, man?
I'm gonna give him like a 7. I love the beat. Yeah. I don't remember too much of the words, but the beat was real nice and fly. I cut for the chorus.
Yeah.
The bars, I don't remember too much off the top, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get that thing a 7.
Yeah. I think 7 is fair, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I really like the beat, man. The beat was kind of dark. You know what I'm saying? It felt like something that you would hear, maybe like, you know, one of them hidden gems that's like an album cut that, you know what I'm saying? You really gotta fuck with that artist to know that song, but if you do know it, that's like the one. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's that shit. You know.
Around the boys.
All right, well, check it out, man. Let's get into this, man. We got the big bro, man, K-Rino in the building. So shit, let's get into it, man. First things first, man. For all the new listeners that we have, you know what I mean, that's tuned in right now that may not have heard some of your music before. Talk to the people, introduce yourself, let them know who you are. You know what I mean? You know where you come from, how long you been doing it, man. I know. Get the short version, because I know you've been doing this forever. You can be here all night just talking about the shit you did.
I gotta give him the short version.
Yeah.
We'll be here till 2028 if I get along.
Okay.
But nah, man, you know, I started off, man, in 83, man. That's when I wrote my first rap, 1983. So y'all do the math, try to figure out how old I am. But I've been doing this 30-some years. Started the South Park Coalition in 87.
Yeah.
Since then, just been releasing a lot of music, man. I just dropped 7 albums in one day.
7 fucking albums.
Make history. And
one day. Album release party was 7 albums.
Hold on. Time out, man.
And they 10 apiece.
Time out.
And niggas getting them.
Time out, man.
All of them classic. I got them.
Hold on, man. I just gotta ask a question, man. Okay, so you said you just dropped 7 albums, right? And you've been doing this 20 years, 30 years, right? So how many albums total do you have in your discography right now?
That put me at 37. I had 30 before I dropped the 7.
So you got 37 complete bodies of work.
Let me ask you this. How many fucking black books do you got?
Man, I'm getting ready to start on book number 12. You know, I got all of the first songs I ever wrote. I still got them. You know, I still got them in the original form way back from the 80s. So I got all my stuff. I don't throw nothing away.
Yeah. Damn. That boy said he got. Man, hey, you know what? That's what's up, man. I salute that. You know what I'm saying? So, I know one thing that I hear you talk about a lot. You know what I mean? When you came up to the Takeover Toy Drive, you know, really every time that I see you, man, you always kicking knowledge, big homie. You know what I'm saying? You always kicking that game to these artists about tighten up on your business. Make sure that you do your paperwork. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, you know, these young cats, these young niggas out here trying to make it, man, you know, they do the rapping and the performing, you know what I mean, because that's the fun part, but they always lacking on the business end, and it comes to bite them in the ass, and like you said, you making somebody else rich off of your hit single, you know what I'm saying? So,
If you could, man, just elaborate a little bit more on that. What are some things, man, if you're a brand new artist, what are some things that, you know, you need to absolutely make sure you do before you actually start putting your music out for people to get it on a mass scale?
I mean, everything I say come from personal experience. You know, when I jumped in, all we knew was to rap. All we knew was to perform.
Right.
And we was all right with that. We was cool with that because that's where we thought the glory was. You know, you come off stage and everybody dapping you up and, you know, you cold, you know, you make the songs and all that. But at the end of the day, when it's time for the checks to roll in, the money to roll in, somebody else. Those checks is landing on somebody else's desk with somebody else's name on it.
That's
so
brutal.
it took years for me to kind of understand, well, you know what, if I'm the one who's creating all these songs, if I'm the one who's creating this art, then why shouldn't I be the one who benefits from it? And if I don't benefit from it 100%, I should at least be benefiting from it 70 to 80 to 90%. You know, it's always going to be somebody you got to break bread with, split with. But at that time, you know, and even to this day, a lot of artists, they don't take time to learn about publishing. You know, they don't register with BMI or ASCAP, and because a lot of times, like me, I was ignorant. I thought that, oh man, I ain't got to worry about publishing because they don't play my music on the radio anyway. But it's more ways to receive publishing royalties than just get a song played on the radio. You know, so with that being said, you know, I was still, even to this day, I'm still educating myself on that. But in the process, I'm trying to teach these other artists who coming in, get on top of that now. Don't worry, don't try to just be focused on looking live on the stage and do this. Make sure that at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, that you got your paperwork straight. Because just like I said the other night at y'all's event, you know, one song will feed you forever. It'll feed your family forever. It's a singer, her name is Gloria Gaynor. And she was around back in the 70s. She had that song called I Will Survive. And it's a disco song.
I remember that song.
You can't name one other Gloria Gaynor song other than that one. But she still performs this song to this day in Vegas and all around the world. She have made a career off that one song. And if she owns her publishing, then she's set for life, and her future generations is set. So that's what we got to focus on, man. Taking care of ourselves for the long haul, because you have these record companies who are run by these Jews, and they sign you. They don't have any talent. They sign you to a deal, and one of the first things that they do is make you relinquish all the rights to your publishing. And
man, you brought up a great point.
They make that like the 360s.
Man, you brought up a great point. You know what I'm saying? Not to cut you off or nothing, but I felt like this is a good segue into something that I saw earlier on the news, man. They were saying that this new rapper, up-and-coming rapper, he like 19 years old, Lil Yachty, right? He was saying that to this day, right now, he does not know who is in control of his publishing. He's making all that money, and he doesn't know who is in control of his publishing right now.
That's crazy.
So all that money that's being generated from all the music videos and all the shit that's going viral that you all seeing and hearing about, that check coming in, they throwing him scraps. He don't even. How you gonna make sure that you get all your money if you don't even know how much money coming in?
Well, see, the thing is that you got to take it all the way back to the beginning. You an artist that's struggling. You living in the hood. You barely getting by. You ain't got no money in your pocket. Ain't never had nothing in your life. And all of a sudden you get this opportunity, and this label come along and say, "Hey man, we'll sign you. We'll put you out worldwide," and you get this opportunity, and then pretty much overnight, you own from a popularity standpoint. You're not on financially.
Not on.
And so they know that you don't have that knowledge, because these cats is
they counting on
17, 18, 19, 20. They don't understand that. And then, like you said, they counting on it. So they swoop you up so fast. They run that paperwork through you so fast. You don't have an entertainment lawyer. You know, they just run you through the game, and then you sign. And then by the time you come into the knowledge of how you're supposed to handle your business, it's too late. You're signed over all of those rights. So he's saying that he don't have a clue of where his publishing is going to or going through and how it's going down. Then he being brutally honest, but it's a shame because he never took the time out of a lack of knowledge to learn that, and he didn't have people around him that was able to teach him that.
So, let me ask you this question real quick. When you was at the height of the SPC, let me ask you, were you the president of that?
I'm the one. I'm the founder. I'm the one that started it up. Yeah.
Okay. SPC, one of the biggest things in Houston. It actually influenced SUC, right?
Right.
Okay.
You know, Screw was my homie. We went to school together, and he just took the S. He see what we did with SPC, and like, I'm gonna do SUC.
I heard you did the SPM too.
Yeah. You know, SPM.
ESG.
See, when you talk about SPM, at the time he came along, South Park Coalition was popping in the streets. So he put the South Park on his name. That kind of validated.
Yeah.
You know, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like being from Compton in the late 80s and 90s.
Right, and then you put your name Compton.
I'm gonna throw Compton on there because that's what's hot right now.
Compton K-Rino, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But did you always own, like, because I know those CDs we used to get from neighborhood radio stores. I know in Missouri City, we used to get it over there at Gill's. Yeah. And in Gill's, we used to go grab it straight from them. And it's funny, even when I met Jay, a lot of times we used to just buy it from you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And were you owning all your publishing at that time and point?
Nah.
Or did something that you had to go through where you learned the business?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I was just naive as everybody else. You know, I was up over here. I'm gonna get my stuff copyrighted. Yeah, we had everything copyrighted and all that. But I never focused on publishing because I was like, man, I'm underground. Man, they don't play my stuff no way. But you don't know, man. They could put you in a movie. They could put your song on a car commercial, and now with all you have internet radio stations now who you can get publishing off of. So I had to educate myself in later years to catch up on that side again. Now you got sound exchange. You got all these different avenues where your bread can come in. So now, but in the beginning, I was just like them. I ain't know either. You know, and it's money out there. So my advice is just to new artists, get on that now. Forget the music part. That comes naturally. God gave you that. Learn that bit. Get in them books, man. Learn that business. So that way, can't nobody. You can sit in the meeting yourself without a lawyer, and they can't just tell you anything and take your money.
Let me ask you one other question. Way back in the game, tell me where you came up with this idea, because you were one of the first people I heard. You in Point Blank. I don't know, because you was on the song on the Point Blank, but well, y'all took like the last song and stretched that motherfucker out for about 30 minutes, man. And had every rapper in the whole neighborhood or whoever you fucked with and just killed that sucker for about 30 minutes. Now I see people doing that now. But what gave you that idea to do that the first time?
I can't take credit for, you know, we the kings of the click song, but, you know, my homie Dopey from the Terrorists.
Wow.
Gangsta Nip and Dopey, they signed with Rap Legend in 1991. Dopey came out with the first SPC click song. It was a song called SP South Park Coalition, and he put about 8 of us on there. So then Blank came out with a song called Slip Into a Coma, and there was about 16 of us on there. I came out, we started trying to outdo each other. I had a song called Got Your Name on the Bullet. I put 20 on there. You know, Reckless in Texas, Murder Script, all these different, Klondike Cat, 20 Life. And it was just a tradition, man, that we carried on. And like, and even up to this day, man, you know, we still do it from time to time. We'll put a song together.
Bun B did it.
Throw everybody on.
What's the remix he did back in the day with Drunked Up and Dripped Out?
Yeah. I mean, it's something that if you a fan of our clique, it was a big thing that people look forward to at the end of everybody's album, you know, because that's what we did, because we had so many guys and everybody had their own style. They was diverse in their delivery, so it made for a good song to hear Nip come in, and then right after Nip, here come Cat, and after Cat, here come AC Chill and Blank. So it just hit me from all angles, man.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Man, I'll tell you what. Let's get into a little bit more Smash the Trash, and then we'll.
I want to see K-Rino trash some shit.
Yeah, let's
your shit trash.
Let's see what we got here, man. The next artist that we got coming up, man. Let's see. We got Noah Nova, Get Right.
Okay.
Let's see what we got, man. We heard it here first, man. Support your radio, Smash the Trash.
Give love, live life. I just live on the shit that I write. Niggas know on this mic that I'm nice. Hold up.
I'm tired of hearing how he's so street. When he's the one that don't police. Ain't no feelings for winners, we just do it, homie, we don't speak. You the type to blow a 3-1 lead. Blame it all on your team. Born over 86, God's greatest gift. How you got the hottest chick and I barely know. Yeah, take time to process that. Feel like possess that. Hard to describe and easy to vibe with. Always getting dough, but never out of pocket. I just slay with the quotes amongst the greats I'm the GOAT. In all areas, staying ahead of the rest like rope. Once was searching for my career, I think I better work the DOC, boy, nobody do it better. And he's stew, turn beast to beef stew. All he do is sell tracks like beef glue.
Get right, give love, get love, live life. I just live on the shit that I write. Niggas know on this mic that I'm nice, hold up. I get right, give love, get love, live life. I just live on the shit that I write. Niggas know on this mic that I'm nice, hold up.
Hey, so that was Noah Nova right there, man. We Get Right, man. You heard it here first, Support Street Radio. So let's get right into it. Smashing the Trash. Keystone, man, pop it off.
I ain't here, I was outside.
Oh, you was outside, you ain't here. Okay, what was your way in tennis, nigga? K-Rino, what you got, man, homie?
I like it, man. I like it. That first guy, he was really spitting, you know, in his up tempo, and he was still able to keep up with the tempo and stay lyrical and drop some sound. I like it.
You like it? Okay.
What you give it?
Scale of 1 to 10, what you give it?
I'm gonna put that boy in the 7 world, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, he nice.
Okay, that's what's up. Nico, what you give it, big dog?
I'm gonna give him an 8, man. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
I like the sound. I like the style he brought to the beat, man. It really fit with the song.
Yeah.
It was hot. I like it.
Man, it had, for me personally, man, I give it an 8. You know what I'm saying? That song had like a real genuine, like just hip hop feel to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you get some nostalgic feeling you get when you hear certain songs. You know what I'm saying? That beat, not necessarily the song, but the beat. You know what I'm saying? I could tell if I heard that song a couple more times and had a dope video with it, I could see how maybe I might start throwing that in rotation. You know what I'm saying? It had a good little flow to it. The bars was there. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I give it an 8, man.
Nigga, I ain't hear the song.
Man, you gotta pay attention next time.
Yeah. Put another one. I hear it.
Nah, before we get back into that, man, let's get back into some more, you know, this interview with the legendary K-Rino, man. So,
Let's talk about his CDs, man. He just put out
7 albums, man. Okay.
And each of them got about 13. It ain't like no mixtape with no EP. I got them at the house.
Are there any features on the 7 albums?
Yes.
Oh yeah. We
Zero.
had to, man. I couldn't do all that by myself. Man.
Okay, I'm about to say that's a
you know,
lot of work.
I got pretty much the whole South Park coalition on there.
Yeah.
You know, I got my little bro Zero on there.
Yeah.
Some great singers, man.
Yeah.
Yachty, Billy Cook.
Yeah.
People, Kid the Great.
Yeah, that boy Benny.
So yeah, I reached out for a whole lot of assistance on this project.
Man, that's what's up, man. Where can people find it right now? You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know, if you mess with iTunes, you go on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, any of the digital outlets, you can get it. If you want physical copies, just hit me up for the order form. Just email me at spckrino@AOL. And yeah, I'm still with AOL. And hit me up and I'll shoot you the order form and you can get your physical copy. Or if you catch me walking down the street, you can get them straight from me. And whatever make you happy.
Let me ask you this one thing, Kay.
I know a lot of rappers. The ones that I respect the most, the Scarfaces, Zero, Lil Fleas, the Street Military, Pimp C, all of them say you the greatest rapper. You their favorite rapper.
Man.
So in your car, who you listen to?
I mean, you know, I'm old school, man. So, you know, when you say Face, man, Face is like, that's the king to me. But, you know, I be jamming old stuff, man. I listen to people that y'all have never heard. I be jamming people like Tila Rock. That's like from the early 80s, man. And Run DMC, KRS-One, that type of stuff. Too Short. You know, this old
Yeah, I
school.
fuck with KRS.
Yeah,
Too
yeah,
Short.
yeah. You know, this old school stuff, NWA, Public Enemy. But yeah, man, I'm still stuck in the 80s and the 90s as far as what I listen to.
Yeah.
But it's a whole lot of dope guys out there. Of course, you know, Zero. Can't go wrong with Ro.
Yeah. You can't say enough good stuff about it.
Hey, man, I reciprocate that because, I mean, he just, you know, he a good dude and you know, he done so much for me. Just personally, man, just looking out for me, and the fact that when he do go, I got a lot of artists that the mainstream guys that if they run into me in person, you know, they give me a lot of props. They tell me this, tell me that, but they won't go on the big shows and say my name.
Yeah, that's the hater shit.
Ro is the only one that
keep saying it.
He don't care what he can put him on
he was on
Jimmy Fallon, and he gonna say
Breakfast
my
Club,
name.
he gonna
Yeah,
say
right.
my
Yeah,
Yeah,
He was on in New York when he did his run.
Right.
Yeah.
Every last one of those. Who your favorite person? Your favorite MC K-Rino?
Right. In a lot of cases, man, you know that's all you ask for. You know, if that's how you feel, that's all you ask for. A lot of you guys, I don't want your money, you know. But if you mention my name on that platform, that's gonna make a million other people Google me to see who I am.
Exactly.
And I get mine off of that.
Exactly.
But you know, the fact is that like the same way y'all ask me, well, man, who you listen to, who you came up on, I don't hesitate to say if it's a KRS or a Big Daddy Kane or Rakim, I'm gonna give props where it's due.
Right.
I'm not gonna withhold that because I'm talking to whoever.
Right.
So I always, gave Rose. Face did the same thing. You know, I always give guys like that credit because they not situational with it. You know, they like if that's my boy, I'm not gonna say this guy's my favorite. Then when I get in New York, I'm gonna say Biggie is my favorite now.
Yeah.
So
See,
I
that was Pimp C was
appreciate it, really.
See, this the thing, man. This what I mean. This what I realize on this rap shit, man. It's a lot of characters, man. It's a lot of fake, fraudulent shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you say sucker free, you'll be good. But there's a lot of niggas, man, that'll do anything to get on, man. You know, so shit. The second they see something on you, like you got that hotness, you know, or they buddy, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But the second you start falling off, well, you ain't got nothing that they can use off of you. Yeah, fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't messing with you. But you know what?
And guys that when they was super hot, they didn't mess with you.
Yeah.
Then when they faded out all of a sudden, then we need to do something. Why you ain't holler at me when you was
touring the country,
selling 10 million albums? You know, now we need to do something when you
goddamn the real K-Rino that came in the room.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, that's the nature of the game. So you can't get mad at it, but it don't mean you don't recognize it.
Real life though, man. Hey, so it was something I wanted to ask you about too. I know you had said that these 7 albums that you dropped, if people want to go out and cop them, they can buy them on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and all that. Okay, this brings me to another point. You know what I'm saying? From an artist perspective, from a rapper perspective, since you've been doing it for so long, and you were so used to, actually getting in the streets and doing the type of promo work, you know what I mean? Moving physical copies, pressing the flyers, and doing all that kind of stuff. Right. And I mean, going to these record shops and these liquor stores. Young Jay's laid ass in the motherfucker.
Young Jay's in the house.
Goddamn, that boy an hour late.
Yeah.
It's all good. You ready, my nigga? We here, man. We're going to get some K-Rino on the building. Young Jay, street fame in this motherfucker.
Coming in smelling like Purple Reed.
So check it out, though. How was it when this internet shit first started popping off and you started seeing artists blowing up off the internet? You know what I'm saying? And cause I know it had to trip you out when the first Soulja Boys and who else went viral the first couple times?
Soulja Boy was the one.
The million ringtones like the
Chameleon.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So when rap started to make the migration from actually being in the streets and the corners and the clubs and started to actually take shape and get on the web, as someone that's been in the game for so long, how did you
I remember you had a video on the Metro.
Hold on. Did you tell yourself at first, like, you know what, nah, maybe that ain't for me. I'm in the streets with it, right? Or was it something like, you know what, I need to get on this first?
Yeah. No, you hit the nail on the head the first time, man. I was in denial. See, because I came from the era of just guerrilla warfare, just doing it on the streets, press up some posters and flyers and
just work
hand to hand, hand out, sell your CD. So when the internet came along, and people started talking about how they was benefiting off of it, I was in denial. I work a computer. I remember when my homie Falero first put me up on MySpace. He telling me like, man, it's this thing called MySpace, man. You can put your music. I was like, I'm good. I ain't know. But he set my page up and kind of ran me through it. And even after they set it up, I didn't mess with it for like almost a year. Yeah. And then one day, I just messed with it, and I had like 1 trillion messages, and money was all on there, man. I want a feature. I wanted, because I come from a time where a fan letter was actually a real letter
with a stamp on it.
With a stamp on it. It came from Pittsburgh or France or Germany somewhere compared to like, boom, the whole world
That's a real
is
life
at the
shit
click
right
of
there,
a,
man.
access to the click of a
It can
mouse.
instantly get to you. Did you ever do your copyright like that, where you put it in the
Man,
letter
I did,
and then you
bro.
mail it to yourself?
Man, that's the old school soul. When they first told me that, they said, "Man, nah, you just do the little ghetto copyright.
Yeah.
Just put your lyrics in an envelope and mail them back to yourself,
and open it.
and it's legal." and I tried to look that up one time. I said, "Man, is that really?" Years later, I like, "Is that really true, man?" And I don't know if it is, if it ain't, but
It's debatable, man.
well,
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying? It's debatable.
but in my research on copywriting, I found out that as long as you can prove that the written work is yours, it's automatically copyrighted, even if you don't go through the test. You don't go through the library.
Yeah. See, a lot of people
I can
That's
produce
game.
the original manuscript.
That's a jewel right
It's
there.
copywritten, yeah. So it don't even matter. But yeah, now I had to make that transition, man, because I come from that beginning era, that stage where you just out there doing it. But you know, I'm glad I did, because man, if it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't be sitting there talking to me right now. You know, you got to come out the Stone Age.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, that's real. That's real true. So that brings me up to another question, man. Okay, when you doing rap and you doing this hip hop thing that we all love to do, man, do you feel like a lot of the older rappers that were popping in your era, or the eras that were like, say, like the 80s, 90s, you know what I'm saying, early 2000s, that's not really as hot anymore? Do you feel like the reason why some of these guys are not as popping as they was is because they didn't evolve with the sound of rap? And when I say evolve, I'm not really saying like, you know, switch up their whole shit. But there are a couple big artists that I can see that have been around for a long time and then kind of transition to that younger generation.
Who you seen like that?
Specifically, who I seen like that?
Me, honestly, I say Zero. I feel
Zero, you think Zero switching up now?
He was stuck
Slim is
in
one of
that
them.
old school for a long time, and
For a
he
long time.
finally came to the new.
Like when you say that, you mean like that about how? Like what do you
Like
like
The
that guy?
beat selection, the hooks, you know what I'm saying, the delivery,
exactly.
all that type of
The
shit.
beats, the delivery.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, if you listen to a lot of earlier shit, you're not gonna really hear too much 808s.
You know.
and
Are you talking about
snares
beats and
all
stuff?
that. I mean, it's gonna have that more traditional H-Town flavor, as I would say. You know what I'm saying? I'm an outsider because I'm from California, but
That's
I'm
why I
not.
wanted to see what
You know what I'm saying? But just from the shit that I hear from Ro, compared to like his newest shit, that Drinking and Driving, it's like, okay, you hear that, you can tell, okay, this sound like the current landscape of rap in 2016.
Think so?
Yeah.
I'm sure, bro.
Not the whole way through, but of course there's a couple of
And
the ones that he be shooting the videos for.
Yeah. As somebody who's from Mo City, grew up with that nigga, he's literally kind of slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And he found his format that he likes. He likes to rap a little bit and sing a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even K, like some of the shit I done heard from you and it's been ridiculous. Your style before to the style today is totally, you know.
I mean, it's growth. I mean, like you have some artists that they aspire to reach higher levels in their career wise. So, like you say, well, the song that Ro may do the video to, it may be more mainstream oriented. It may be more traditional single type of song. But that's strategic to say, you know what, this is my single. But once you delve into the actual album, then you're gonna hear that hear that realness, you know. So I mean, I think those are the kind of artists that kind of figure it out. But the real key, man, is just to speak on real topics, man, to stay relevant in that area. You know, the people ain't dumb. So if you out here trying to, I can't be no 46-year-old man out here trying to put on some skinny jeans and do the dance.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to do it. But,
Right,
you know,
right.
That's too obvious of a, like, look at this fool. You know what I'm saying?
Be like Birdman
That's
and
like
go to
that's
the
like
game.
you can't be a guy who has been in the mainstream market all these years. You've been clean as a whistle all these years, and all of a sudden I'm trying to go gangster now.
Right.
You know?
Like Birdman.
Yeah, it's certain things that you just have to. You have to stay. I'm acting like him. I'm doing that. But
You don't want no stars in your head,
You
Kate?
gotta evolve. You gotta evolve with the game, man. Straight up, man. Because but stay within yourself.
Right.
You stay within yourself, but you grow and stay tuned in to what's going on in the world and speak to people's reality, and you'll be around.
Hey, so you know what? You just brought me up a good subject that I want to talk about, man. You talking about things that are going on in the world, right? So let me ask you on this, right? Because, you know, when I think of K-Rino, man, you know what I'm saying? Immediately, couple of words that pop into my head is, you know what I'm saying, lyricist, you know what I'm saying, conscious,
beyond it.
You know what I'm saying, legend status, you know what I'm saying, but your perspective on the world, man, is just a lot different than I would say like 99% of the rappers, because I could tell from your music, man, that you an intelligent type of dude. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what I'm saying is like, okay, what do you think about the Illuminati? You know what I'm saying? Secret societies. How do you feel about the state of the United States government right now? What about Trump being president?
She look like you should have never said that question.
You know what I mean?
She got the
no, I know. That's why I'm asking, because
lobbing at the ball.
Because
we went into the wrong topic
shit that I be on. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, bro, what the fuck you be on? Hey man,
he done made about 5 albums about it.
I go, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I got the man here right now.
There you go.
I can pick the brand, you know what I'm saying? So let's dive right into it.
We got an hour left.
Yeah, come on, let's hop into it.
I mean, the thing about it is that we have to realize
you want a K-Rino chain?
There are, really. And you get your whole soul over for that chain. We got to realize that there are, entities in place that, are systematically designed to destroy us. And it sounds like something out of a movie, but it's a fact. If you take the fact, just like we was just speaking about with the record labels that are under Jewish control.
Right.
It's not just the record labels.
Right. It's Hollywood. Yeah.
It's the sports industry.
Banking.
All of these individuals, all of these corporations in different genres of life and entertainment, they're controlled by a small population of individuals. So those who control it, they dictate the content.
Exactly.
So when you have guys who come out and try to speak on positive topics and positive subjects, they get suppressed.
Right, they get shut down.
We can't sign this guy. We can't put this guy out because
talk about it.
It's a genocidal effort to make sure that the youth are not awakened. You know what I'm saying? I can't let these niggas and these Mexicans wake up.
Let me ask you this, Kay, real quick, just not cut you off. But do you think that's the reason why so many here today rappers that you can they making no stamp on the game right now? Just like they here today, gone tomorrow. Well, and they sign those mostly.
They here today, gone tomorrow because the labels also realize that that's just a formula. These guys are fly by night. They're an illusion.
They're microwave rappers.
Yeah, they're an illusion.
Fast food rappers.
Right. So we can get a year of popularity and money, and we can get one quick firecracker out this guy.
Yeah. And when he fizzle out, we on to the next one.
We on to the next one because it's cookie cutter. We run these guys down the assembly line. We got another one just like him coming next year. So that's why your guy Yachty, that's why he better learn about his publishing.
Exactly.
Because we might not be talking about him next year. Yeah. But the fact is, man, I mean, it's a connection between the music industry and it's a connection between the prison industrial complex.
Speak on.
Because
it went another level.
Yeah,
let's keep it going. Come on. That's why I asked this.
It's big money in the prisons.
Right.
It's big money in sending us to jail.
Okay. Yeah. So I gotta stop you right there because sometimes, man, for a lot of these people that's hearing this type of information for the first time, you got to go slow for them, right? So for the people that's just tuned in right now that don't know or understand or never heard what the prison industrial complex is, what is the prison industrial complex here in America? What is that?
The prison industrial complex here in America is the fact that the jails, the penitentiaries, they make money off of sending you to jail. Plain and simple.
Who makes money?
The people, the corporations.
The corporations.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
The privatized prisons, right?
Yeah, because when you say privatized, you got to understand that all prisons are not under government control. Yeah. See, a lot of these prisons are under just individual private companies. Right. Yeah. So that's the key. So when you talk about companies like J.C. Penney's, Walmart, Victoria's Secret, all these different companies, they invest in the prisons.
Right.
They have some of the prisoners actually help to manufacture some of the products that they sell in these companies.
Okay, stop. You said people that invest in prison. Michael Jordan. I was just about to say that.
Put it out there.
I was just about to say that.
Bob Barker because I was in there with the Bob Barker soap.
See, now speak on Michael Jordan, man, and his investments.
Well, Mike is one of the people.
The whole ass nigga. Go ahead.
House nigga.
One of the people who invest in the prison. And sometimes, you know, we make the mistake of letting money be more important than us as people.
Right.
Now, so you got an individual who's already a billionaire.
Right.
That's still trying to figure out ways to make money, and that's fine. But if you're trying to make money off the suffering of your own
standing
people,
on the backs of us, man.
Yeah, you know, you said at a $200 pair of tennis shoes, they only cost $8 to manufacture.
Yeah.
But even then,
And at what point do you say, okay, you know what? I made more money than I'll ever be able to spend in my lifetime and generations beyond. When do I give something back?
Right.
You know, and I think that's one of the issues that a lot of people take with not just Michael Jordan, but other individuals as well that kind of put money over life.
Over everything, as they say. Money over everything. They really be on that.
But you know, but when you talk about these prisons, you know, they'll build a prison and they know 100% that they're gonna occupy that prison.
Yeah.
They know we're gonna fill this thing up in a few years.
See, one of the things that I seen is that okay, so you talking about in the middle of nowhere, let's say bumfuck Idaho, bumfuck Iowa, right? Where population of the town is like 1,500 people.
Right.
You know what I mean? That the auto factories or whatever, they closed down because, as we know, America's jobs are being shipped overseas, right? So you have a town that was, you know, booming during the Industrial Revolution, and they, you know, a steel town, or, you know, they're a manufacturing town.
Detroit.
Exactly. Right. So when those cities go through, you know, some type of depression or whatever, and those jobs are lost and they go somewhere else, the people that still live in that town, they have no way to feed their families, right?
Yeah.
Boom. So that's when these big privatized prisons come in, and they say to these communities, you know what? They talk to these politicians. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, hey, I'll sponsor your campaign if you just, you know, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, make it easy for me to get these prisons in here. You know what I mean? I can guarantee that I'm going to boost your economy in this area because I'm going to, I'm going to bring 1,500 jobs to this area through this penitentiary.
It's modern day slavery.
And then here's where it gets deep. One of the things that they do too is that they take this government money, right? And they count the prisoners that are incarcerated in that county, and they count that as the people of the population of that county. So you're telling me that a town that has maybe 1,500 people living there, but it's got maybe 10,000 inmates or however many inmates live there, right? They will get money. That county gets money for the entire population of the prison being there. Those prisoners don't see shit of that money. No. You see what I'm saying? And that money, instead of that money going to communities that need it, like, you know, impoverished black neighborhoods, impoverished, you know, Hispanic neighborhoods, whatever, they go into these little bumfuck Iowa so the mayor can drive a brand new fucking, you know what I mean, brand new Mercedes or whatever, you know, build a new extra wing on his house or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
The thing about that, you talking from the fourth largest city kind of justice that you've been seeing. Have you ever been around some Texas parts that ain't even like this where they got so many eyes on them?
Yeah.
I've seen little cats, young cats get fucked up, man, in the game. 30, 40 years for some dumb shit. Yeah. First or second offense. Houston, they got eyes on them sometimes. So they can't do it the same way they can do it in bumfuck Texas or bumfuck Mississippi or bumfuck Louisiana.
Yeah, but they find a way though. They
always find a way.
Because the time is always going to be disproportionate, you know, with black and Latino. You know, they find a way. When you're talking about individuals who make up a small portion of the total population, but make up the majority portion of the prison population, then that's super disproportionate. So they find a way. You know, there are stories out that they've had situations where two individuals commit a crime, one black, one white. They commit the crime together, or they commit the same crime, and the brother receives way more time than the white guy received, or he's offered way more time than the white guy was offered, and they co-defend him. Right. So it's always racial. Yeah. You know, never let nobody tell you, oh, that's not racial. No, it's always racial. Yeah. You know, because we get railroaded way more often. You know, and people say, well, it's about money. It is, but in the bigger sense, it's about racism.
It's about white supremacy.
No.
See, this is the thing, man. Let's talk about it, man. This is 2016. We about to be in 2017, man.
Get into it.
I'm a young black man in America, man. I'm 29 years old, bro. I done seen it all. I mean, not all, but a lot. You feel me? So, anytime I'm around white people, and I have a lot of white friends, I have white family members, I have white fans. I love white people. I'm not a racist. I love people of all races, colors, creeds, whatever. Fuck all that PC shit, though. Let's get right into it. When you start talking about racism and white supremacy, guess what? You make motherfuckers uncomfortable. You feel what I'm saying? And who do you make uncomfortable? You would think the people that are being oppressed feel the most uncomfortable about talking about racism and white supremacy. No, it's bullshit. When you start talking about racism and white supremacy, you know who gets the most uncomfortable about it? White people.
And why is that?
Well, because you put in the blanket off of them. And that's the thing. You know, it's like you throw a rock into a pack of dogs, the one that gets hit gonna yell the loudest, or gonna yell period. So if somebody has been responsible for centuries of deception, centuries of lying, robbing people of a culture, language, or religion, whatever you could think of, then people start to wake up. The very people that's being oppressed, they start to wake up. And then when you wake up, you discover who was the person responsible for putting you in that position in the first place, and you start exposing it, then who gonna get uncomfortable? You know, but the problem is, we got a lot of us that get uncomfortable when that conversation comes, because, no, that's just, no, y'all don't do that. You know, and we can't be like that. You know, see, those are the kind of people, you know, you're not gonna never be free. You're not gonna never have freedom if you had that mentality where you are apologizing for wanting to be free, wanting to speak out against oppression. Those are the people that's gonna get left behind.
We was just talking about this yesterday, man. No, not yesterday, but last Tuesday, man. I had one of my partners up in here.
He got exposed.
He didn't get exposed. I just had to educate the brother.
He got exposed.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Cause he, it's one of, you know what I'm saying? It's the homie, but I had to educate the brother. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I got Malcolm X on my song, right? I'm like, okay, that's what's up, Malcolm X. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Then he hit him with this.
So I said, you know, Malcolm X got this speech. One of his famous quotes. He said, "The price of freedom is death."
No, but say how he said. He say, "Homie."
That don't even matter. But what you said?
He said, "What's the price of freedom?"
Yeah.
Well, Malcolm X, you like Malcolm X so much.
But that don't even matter though. But just what you said right there though, man. The price of freedom is death, man. You feel what I'm saying? So if you scared to even speak about being oppressed, how could you ever be free?
Yeah, and then what people have to understand too is that the price of not standing up for freedom is still death.
It's still death.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna go out like a soldier,
right?
Fighting for freedom. You know,
soldier shit.
Because if you think about an individual like Malcolm, an individual like Medgar Evers and Martin Luther King, whoever you could think of, man, a lot of these individuals didn't live to see 40 years old.
Yeah.
But yet you hear their names every day. Yeah. Because it ain't about the amount of time you lived, is what you did with that time.
Yeah.
You know, so they made themselves relevant forever just based on the life they live. You know, but when you scared, you know, when you scared to stand, you see all this police brutality, all this racial injustice that's going on in America, and you still got people that, instead of making us stand up more, it makes us more scared
to stand up. Yeah,
you know. So these are the people. You're not gonna make it.
So let's talk.
They're gonna kill you anyway.
Hold on. Hey man, this shit made me so mad. It made me so. It just made me laugh. You know what I'm saying?
They do it.
When these people, man, they get mad at Colin Kaepernick for not standing and kneeling during the national anthem because he feel like, you know, black people are still being oppressed in this country, and you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of injustices and shit going on.
When he could be doing other shit.
You know, here's the thing, right?
Slapping white people in the stand. But he said, I'm gonna just take a knee.
He said, I'm gonna take a knee and I'm gonna silently protest because this is my platform that I'm standing on, and I'm gonna do what I feel is right. Yeah. And these motherfuckers get so angry, they get so pissed, my nigga. If you go read any comment section on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, about Colin Kaepernick and him taking the kneel, and you gonna see the true character of these motherfucking racists out here, man. You feel what I'm saying? How come y'all don't get mad like that when the police is out here killing unarmed black women, children, and babies and shit?
Well, because they have no problem with it.
They don't give a fuck.
You're not gonna get upset.
That hasn't changed.
Not only do they have no problem,
they secretly agree.
They agree with it. They with it. So I mean, so at the end of the day, you know, this country, man, have always been, the white people in this country have always felt like they have control over us. You know, we still carry their names. So they feel like there's a sense of ownership, there's a level of ownership that they have over us. So anytime the slave starts to stand up for herself, it's like, what's the word they use? He's being what? Ungrateful. This country has given him such an opportunity. Why are you being so ungrateful?
You should be grateful to live in this.
The narrative is usually going to be, well, what is he complaining about? He makes $10 million a year.
Exactly.
Why are you complaining? He's complaining because, just as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, no individual can rise above the condition of their people. Wow. So it don't matter if I got $50 million, but if y'all out here still broke, struggling, hungry, and homeless, and getting oppressed every day. So Colin Kaepernick, he recognizes that, and he knows that, okay, it's bigger than me, you know. But these white folks that seem to have a problem with it, they have a problem with it because he not being a good slave. He ain't being a good nigga.
I always want to bring this up too, Kay.
We gotta get some music real quick. We gotta get back to some music, man, because we got some smash and trash going on, man. So we're gonna take a slight little break, because it's getting kind of hot and heavy here, man.
Y'all better play the right song. I'm mad now. I might trash somebody. I'm just playing.
No, you're not.
Hey, so check it out, man. We got my homegirls, man, Gemini, man, out of California, man. It's called Get This Money. You heard it here first, man. Smashing the Trash, Support Street Radio. Let's get into it,
Let's come with it, Gemini.
Smash it the trash. Put it in the comment section. Smash it the motherfucking trash.
Yeah. Get This Money. You heard it here first, man. On Support Street Radio. Smash the Trash. Let's get right into it, man. Young Jay, what you got, man? Scale of 1 to 10, man. What you get that joint?
I give it a solid 7, man, only because I don't think the mix and the mastering was all that great. But other than that, as far as delivery, I think they was on point, man.
It was on point. Okay. That's what's up. Solid 7. All right. Mixing and mastering could have been better.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. What you got, Keisto? Talk to him.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
8.5.
Reminded me of my homegirls, man, Ghetto Twins. I fuck around with the little mamas from New Orleans, man. When they get the, cause they spit, and at the same time they do that little, and when they ride the beat,
shit.
It was some of the new shit that I ain't really just do too much with it, cause sometimes it's too the same, but they put their own little sauce on it, man, and I gotta give it a props, man. I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Okay. K-Rino, man, OG, what you give him, man?
I like that. I give him an 8.
You give him an 8?
I like it, yeah. I like that.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right, we're going to get to a little bit more Smash and Trash. Then we're going to come back and dive into this radio interview with the legend, man. The one, the only, man. The Grand Wizard, man. K-Rino himself, man. This is my homeboy, Charlie Rothstein, man. This is a song called Switch. You heard it here first, Smash and Trash Radio.
In there a little bit. After this, let's put something different in there. Let's do this, that, this.
Nigga, the mic's on, nigga. Shut up. The mic's still on, nigga. This is...
My bad, nigga. All right.
Both just a split, she got plain Jane and a buzz down. Both just a split, she got a coupe and a drop hit. Park one, then I switch. I'm not the bitch, he not the bitch. Fuck them hoes, do we switch?
Hey, bro, so you looking sketchy, nigga. Bro, so you looking sketchy in the background. Hey, bro, creep status, nigga.
You do it like that.
The switch up was mandatory. They hate that they can't ignore me. Right now, the check is explanatory. The money will speak for itself. Yeah, the fact that the bands is on me. Black and white on the whip. Bitch too dependent for me. Just a switch up on 2. Fuck 100K, I want 2. Can't fan it for a deuce. Plenty options let me choose. Fuck niggas broke now. Had nothing, got both now. All chains on the soap now. I'm the San Diego GOAT now. Fox fur or the meat, nigga. Money on your head, what you think, nigga? Killer Camp Coupe pink, nigga. Same color as the drink, nigga. East fresh with the crease, nigga. They slept on me like a sheet, nigga. I'm saving bells like a preach, nigga. The coupe was black, I turned it peach, nigga. I got 2 everything. Bought them both just a switch, but she got plain Jane and a buzz down. Bought them both just a switch, she got a coupe and a drop hit. Park one, then I switch.
Charlie Rothstein, man, that was the song Switch. You heard it here first, man. Support Street Radio, Smash it, Trash it. I'm in here with, man, the big homie, K motherfucking Reno, South Park Coalition. We got Keisto in the building.
Already.
M's up, Nico in the building. Young Jay in the building. What's up, niggas?
You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it, man. We're running out of time. Hey, that last track right there, man, Charlie Rothstein, Switch. Smash the trash scale from 1 to 10. What y'all give it, man?
I give it a 6.
You give it a 6. Why you give it a 6?
I ain't really nothing. I don't see me riding around to that.
Why?
Because I don't ride around to that.
Why? What is that? What is that?
It's like...
So for homie that's listening, man, how you know what I'm saying? Like, explain.
It's sort of the same reason... I elaborate there. It's sort of the same reason I don't listen to the radio.
And why is that?
Because it is a bunch of that.
What is a bunch of that? You keep saying
same. You know what I'm saying?
What is that?
I don't know. That's why I don't listen to it.
All right, so it's generic.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that you've heard that sound before a lot.
I've heard it, and when I hear that same kind of format, the same kind of style, right, I go to my auxiliary button.
Okay. What about the content of the song?
I don't know what the content of the song because I heard too much of that other stuff.
What was the other stuff? Okay, so you talking like that new school swag where they like all that
yeah, Showboy Shorty. Yeah, Showboy Shorty.
Okay. Showboy Shorty. Okay. I feel that, boy.
I'll backdoor that 6. You know, I'm gonna give him a 6 too.
6 too.
The song is not a bad song.
Yeah.
Because you know, a lot of the stuff that I listen to and be like, I ain't feeling that. It ended up being a hit. So, you know, I mean, it's not a bad song. It's just not my style in terms of, like Key was saying, it kind of sounds like a lot of the stuff that you...
Yeah, kind of that same low here today, gone tomorrow, rapper type.
Just the style, you know, you got to distinguish yourself from everybody else. So.
Right, that was a little bit too
originality.
Too
in that same frame with everybody.
Yeah, like kind of like the Migos, kind of. Who's that? They got Rich the Kid. Who's the other ones that kind of got that? Yeah, I don't know. Let's get into it. Hey, Young Jay, what you got, man?
I got a good 8, man. Only because the same thing as the other one, man. I feel like Mr. Master wasn't all there. It was a good song though, man.
You an engineer. You on the side of the board. Okay, all right.
You think the same thing too.
Okay, I got you. Because I ain't gonna lie, man. I think like that sometimes. Yeah. And I used to always be on that. Until I heard Body by Master P came out. That song was so mixed down, so bad. But see, we didn't know that then. That song, if you listen to that song, the mix is so bad on when that little boy come in so loud. So a lot of times, the average listener, they ain't even gonna know.
They ain't even gonna know.
That's what I told these niggas the other day.
But that's a good element to mention
on that Coming Down song.
To teach artists how to get their stuff right.
Like me, whenever I hear somebody and it's a good song, I kind of like lose faith in it because I'm like, man, it's a good song, but it just don't sound good, so it just loses me. You know what I mean? I'm just
getting around pro too long, man.
Yeah, you're an engineer, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I said the same exact thing on the Coming Down song.
Nice beat, good delivery. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that whole, you know what I'm saying, it's hidden, but if it got quality, it's just,
I hear you. You know, the fan don't hardly know the difference. You know? You can go in there, you go in $1 million studio, you can get Rick Rubin to mix it down. If it's a garbage song, then it ain't gonna even matter.
I literally said that same shit about the Boys Coming Down song. So the Boys Coming Down on the song, K-Rino just co-signed the same thing I said. I ain't no understand nothing that these niggas were talking about with the Mr. and the Master. And I thought it was a goddamn hit. Point blank period.
Whatever bro was talking about. Anyways, me personally, man, that last song, man, I give it a 7. Actually,
7.
I give it a 7. You know why? Because I definitely can hear y'all perspective. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, too, man, hey, it just depends on what your reason for getting into this rap game is, like we talked about earlier, because, like you said, a lot of songs that you don't like end up turning out to be hits. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie. The same reason why I don't listen to the radios, because there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, shit, commercialized shit on there, right? But guess what? It's on the radio. It's making money. You feel me? So the artist in me is like, I can't get at a 10, no way. You need to step it up on your bars. Me personally, bro, you're not a bad rapper, you're not a terrible rapper, but I feel like your delivery, my nigga, you need to step it up on your delivery. There's too many niggas out here rapping. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the delivery could be a little bit tighter, a little bit more fluent, a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Just that it factor on your delivery. And I feel like your content was a little bit generic. But at the same time, I also recognize that there is a big market for what you're doing. So, man, keep it going, this shit. I'm gonna give it a 7, bro. It's a solid 7. So, yeah, let's get into it, man. I got another song that we're gonna play, man. We're gonna get into
Who we gonna get into, man? You know what? Fuck it. We gonna play some of my shit, man. Since you're gonna smash the trash, we gonna get to this new young pro, man.
It's your show.
Let's get into this, man. I got some new shit, man. It's called call this motherfucking Pablo, man.
I'm fucking with K. I think it's
That whole live in the bitch, though.
I think this shit is live as shit. All right, man. This is my new shit, man. This is Young Pro, man. This is Pablo, man. You heard this shit first, man. Support your radio. Let's get it.
Produced by you?
Hey, yeah. Produced by me, mixed and mastered by me. I do it all myself, man. You need beats or studio time, holla at me, my nigga. I got you.
On the O's. Pirates on the
I got a bucket full of green and a cup full of purple. Got to roll me up some purple. I'm in the streets all night, no curfew. You niggas better work, but we hurt you. Somebody better tell them. I'm trying to get these ends right now. Fuck making friends right now. Somebody better tell them. I'm trying to get these bands right now. I need $100 grand right now. No curfew. All black with the gold shine on the freeway, switching lanes. With your bitch, why she give me bright? I know you mad, but it'll be okay. I'll be all black with the gold shine on the freeway, switching lanes. With your bitch, why she give me brain? I know you mad. Why you niggas in your feelings? I never understand. Instead of being broke, she go and get some bands. Little roach ass nigga always staying in the house, running your mouth while you sitting on the couch. And somebody better tell him he ain't nothing like the Young Pro. Everywhere I go, a young nigga get bitches. I be really in the trenches with the goons and the goblins. Ride with my Glock praying, I don't got problems. I got the 8 in my blunt, it's drink in my cup, fuck the cops and the judge. Bitch, I need a brand new bitch, so fuck friends, but I'm trying to get these M's on CNN. Cup full of green, and a cup full of purple. About to roll me up some purple. I'm in the streets all night, no curfew. You niggas better work or we hurt you. Somebody better tell them. I'm trying to get these ends right now. Fuck making friends right now. Man, somebody better tell them. I'm trying to get these bands right now. I need $100 grand right now.
money like batons on a relay. That's what I'm yelling in the phone on the freeway. No ultimatums, no ifs, fans, or leeway. And all my bitches love me, I can make them best me cheesecake. Don't think too hard, but guess who's back? Mrs. Still your bitch, I need to make it an act. You lucky I stopped looking for niggas with max over a rack every day. Let's get back on that. I'm on a mission with my mind on my money. If you ain't on the same, then you lame and you funny. Already, you niggas all petty. I'm knocking pictures off your wall in the candy box shut.
I got a cup full of green and a cup full of purple. About to roll me up some purple. I'm in the streets all night, no curfew. You niggas better work or we hurt you. Somebody better tell them. I'm trying to get these hands right now. Fuck making friends right now. Man, somebody better tell them. I'm trying to get these bands right now. I need $100 grand right now, no curfew.
Shout out Big Brother Margaret, nigga. Two play banging. We out there in Dago, nigga, riding, pulling up. F6 Night Club. No curfew, video really spark.
Stay the fuck away from the ball. Before I send my little goons at your ass and your body get off. Somebody better tell them how to grind, do it. Marvin getting his dividends. Fuck making friends. I'm trying to stack these bands like $100 grand. Riding in the form with badass bitches blowing like a leaf. Circle in my Dutch. Double in the cup, yeah, baby. Every time you see the ultra, I'm turned up. Fuck around and get burned up. If she ain't smoking, jumping the way your ass is getting. Got a nigga on handling up. Your homegirl on me, so she smelled the choke on. You can see the cuffs going up. I'm feeling murky. You know I know these bitch ass niggas can hurt me. My dirt's so earthy, Mother Nature blurred me. Take a sip of this and let your mind twist. Keep chill tomorrow, Young Pro, yeah, we all this is a top show. Got your bitch chopping shit. Police mad because they watch me, can't stop shit. We take a trophy to have your bitch topless. She say you own, but with the niggas that's rocking. From trying to get it popping. Chris Brown bopping. This how it's gonna look if these things get the yapping.
I got a cup full of green and a cup full of purple. About to roll me up some purple. I'm in the streets all night, no curfew. You niggas better work or we hurt you. Somebody better tell them. I'm trying to get these hands right now. I'm making friends right now. Man, somebody better tell them. I'm trying to get these bands right now. I need $100 grand right now. No curfew. All black with the gold shine on the freeway, switching lanes. With your bitch, why she give me bright? I know you mad.
We back, man. That was my brand new shit, man. No Curfew. Off of my new album that's coming out, man. It's an EP that's dropping on my birthday, January 4th. Smoke on this, volume 1, man. The EP. Yeah, featuring my homeboys, man. The Marvra, Baby 7 King Trib and shit, you know what I'm saying? San Diego, California, Southeast in the building.
You know what I mean? I'm in here with the big bro, man. K-Rino's in the motherfucking house. We got my nigga Keith Stowe in the motherfucking building. We got Young Jay in the building. We got M's Up Nico in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's dive right back into it, man. It's kind of a little bit strange, man, picking up where we left off because we were such on a deep topic. But
but let's see if we're gonna smash or trash it.
Oh yeah, get into that.
Let's smash it. Not trash it.
What we doing? Smash it or trash it? What you got? I'm gonna let you go first, Keith. Matter of fact, K-Rino, you go first.
We're not gonna trash it.
We ain't gonna trash it.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminded me what we was talking about earlier, we say with the click songs and all that.
Yeah.
You bring the crew in, and then I heard you spitting up. It's kind of not fair. Cause I heard you perform the other night. I know you got something, you know what I'm saying? So, no, I really liked it, man. I really liked it. I give you 8 on that.
That's a bit, man. That's a bit. Appreciate it, man. What you got on the Keith?
Nigga, you know I'm behind the train, so nigga I'm
don't be nigga, what you give
all right, I give it a 2.
Nigga, you look like a 2.
You know I fuck with. I'm gonna give it a. Let me say, I give it an 8.5.
Okay, why you ain't give it 10?
I want to give it a 9, but I ain't gonna give it a 9.
Why you don't give it a 9?
Cause I'm a hate.
At least you honest, nigga.
I love the nigga, but I'm gonna give nigga 8.5.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Jay, what you give it, man?
I say it was a good 9, only because I think your boy at the end was kind of.
All right, so let's speak on it. Let's speak on it, man.
I mean, it would have been cool if you was rapping on the whole song. I like the click song element, but you know, truth be told, when the next guy came in, it kind of.
So that nigga ain't had no bars, K. That's what you saying?
No, I ain't gonna say that.
I mean,
sometime in comparison,
no bars, but I feel like he was a little
subpar rapper.
I feel like he was behind on the beat. The beat was too fast for him.
Okay. Nah, that's why we. That's why we do this. That's why we do this, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why we
can't be real with the streets.
So let me ask you this: in a situation like this, right? Does the order of the song does that matter of the verses?
The order of the rappers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it matters a lot because the first guy got to set it off. Right. It's like running a 4x4 relay. It's like that first guy gets smoked, and you lose the race off the rip. So if the first guy comes in and he's holding it down, that captures attention. But
start off strong.
Next guy,
you gotta finish strong too.
And then the last guy got
Let me ask you this.
All right, so the last guy, right? What would you tell him he could tighten up his performance on?
Well, I mean, he just got to get more energetic in how he bring it in, because I mean, one thing about it, when people are listening to you, when they listening and multiple guys are coming, you want each guy to bring something different to the table, to take it to another direction, but still keep that maintain that level. So that's the thing. If it drops off, then it's like being in the club and the DJ spinning record. He got the whole dance floor popping, and then he play that one song, and everybody just walk off the dance. You got to keep everybody on that level.
Well, let me ask you this then, because I was listening to Snoop was saying this the other day, where he was saying like the same way we were saying older stuff started getting different. He said the same way the DJ used to do that.
Yeah.
He used to want to go last, because that would be the thing that'll make the song. He say now if I don't go first, they don't get to my verse.
Get to the last. Yeah, right. I mean, because that only comes when one or two guys are more dominant than the rest of the guys on the song. So if this is a single, you have to make sure that everybody's on the kind of level to keep the attention span up. Now, if this is a song on the album, then that's cool. But if you say, well, man, we're going to play this on, like you say, on Sway in the Morning, whatever it is, we're going to play this on a big platform, you get one shot. You can't play with it. So you got to put killers on every verse. That way, by the time that last guy do come in, the pressure is now on him. Because other guys before him have came so hard, it's like, okay, well, they're going to say, well, why didn't put him last?
That's real talk. That's real talk, man. Hey,
changes up. Man.
Yeah, that's true, man. Hey, shout out to Baby 7-8, man. Hey, constructive criticism, man. You heard it from everybody in the building, man. Nah, but you know what? Hey, niggas need to hear this, because a lot of times, man, it's like shit. You can tell the homie something, and he won't know how to take it. Oh man, you just hating on him. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you always say that's just how I rap, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But nah, bro, hey, this is some constructive criticism. It ain't no hating. It's just, hey, man, you know what? Hey, if everybody keeps saying the same thing, that hey, I was feeling the song, but I felt like in the last verse it kind of petered off a little bit. Hey, shit, that's a sign, my nigga. Tighten up your craft because, hey, I would expect somebody to tell me like, hey, bro, that last verse you did, man. Hey, bro, you know what I mean? It's kind of. Yeah, it's kind of lukewarm, bro. That ain't that hot, that fire. You know what I'm saying?
We grew up, man, in such a competitive environment, man.
Crazy.
Yeah. And my partners, man, are brutally honest.
Yeah.
I mean, would make a tear run down your cheek honest.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the mentality. You have to have it to where I gotta let you know this before it leaves the studio.
Right.
Because it's better for. We all partners. It's better for me to hear this from this little tight circle of my friends than to put me out in front of the world
and let them crucify me. Yeah,
Saying that. Let me ask you this, Kate. Cause you got a song with Charlie Boy,
right?
One that I think is surpassed a lot of nigga shit. But Charlie Boy get on with one of the little simplest songs he ever had before in his life.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
I mean, we'll see because. The people's minds are not always functioning in a complex manner.
That's
very.
They
don't want to hear intricate, intergalactic, and they don't want to hear every song all the time. So when you're going into the commercialized mainstream world, you gotta sometimes you meet people where they are.
Yeah.
You know, mentally. So for everybody to know, if you heard old school Charlie Boy mixtapes,
it's crazy.
You know how cold Charlie Boy is. But Charlie Boy, like, I'm gonna make this single.
I thought he was on Wet that night.
I'm gonna get this money.
I thought he was on Wet that night.
That's right, but that's he was smart, he's strategic, especially when he know that his fan base know how he get down. It's like, man, we ain't worried about that. We know. See, we can listen to that song and say, oh, Charlie just doing that for the sake. But if you never heard him before, you say, man, this guy, he just one of them guys. Nah, man, that guy is super intelligent, not just in rapping, just in conversation.
Real talk.
So certain guys are able to kind of dip into all those worlds and make it work for them.
I had another question for you. Before we went to the break, we was talking about got into some stuff about the minister, and as somebody from being from Houston, where a lot of times the minister, we don't really get that information. They say a lot of times the South Side or the Southern states are the slowest ones to get it. Where like a lot of times New York are the first ones to get it when it comes to the brothers of the black religion and stuff, such that kind of extent, the God body. Mm-hmm. What got you to where you can learn that knowledge? And then at the same time speak about the impact that the minister was into your life.
I mean, just on the first part, I mean, not no more. I mean, the technology is leveled out everywhere.
Yeah, that's now.
So now, so anything, the minister got a Twitter account, so he can put something out on Twitter and
that nigga be tweeting too much.
Everybody got it, and within seconds. So I mean, but as far as me, I just when I was 21, 22 years old, it was just as simple as me getting invited out to the mosque one Sunday. And a brother friend of mine invited me to the mosque, and then
at the Shrine of Black Man.
No, at the Nation Islam, Mosque 45. Under student minister Robert Muhammad, and he's the student regional minister in the Southwest region under Minister Farrakhan. So when I first heard the teachings. I was just like anybody else. I'm raised in the church. I'm skeptical. I'm hesitant, but I kept coming back because the curiosity of how real it sounded made me come back. And I think the best thing that I heard Minister Robert say 20-something years ago was don't just take what I say as being the truth. Go research it for yourself. So it was no veil over it.
I've never heard a preacher say that.
Yeah, and there's some that do, but he was just like that when you receiving a body of knowledge that you totally unfamiliar with, that you never heard before, then somebody say, go check it out for yourself. And then when you do that, you discover that, okay, he was telling the truth. He not covering nothing. So, I mean, that was what really that brought me all the way in. And then, just being blessed and incorporated into my music. That's one of the things I think that's been able to keep me around this long, to be able to incorporate that body of knowledge into my music, because people say, man, where you get all that from, man? How you learn all that? And I tell them where I get it from, and it's like, you know, don't give me the credit for it. You know, this is the straight up teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad through Minister Farrakhan, through Robert Muhammad, and I've been blessed to relay it through my music. So
I give y'all the credit for that, because a lot of times when you grow up in like I grew up in church, and the preacher of our day used to say, you know, whatever thing somebody do to you, you just let it pass. You turn the other cheek, you calm down, you walk away, you pray for them, you have blind faith. And a lot of things that you brothers used to say, like Elijah Muhammad, I mean not Elijah Muhammad, I'm sorry, but Farrakhan, and either for the Black Panther Party person, he used to be like, nigga, let's go all around whoever's in.
I mean, yeah, well, because you gotta know what place that comes from too. You know, when you have a lot of the older preachers, respectfully, they come up out of those generations that are maybe 2 or 3 generations out of slavery. So the slave was always taught scriptures to keep them in an obedient mind frame. So they would read the scriptures of the slaves, say, well, bless those who curse you. If he strikes you in your left cheek, offer him your right cheek. You know, these are the things, obey your master. They read those scriptures and they instilled them into us as slaves. So a lot of the ministers that came along after that, they taught that teaching, unfortunately, to our people. So now then you have somebody like Elijah Muhammad comes along like, no, it's not even natural for you. If somebody come in here and slap one of us right now, your natural response is to strike back. Not in your nature. Your natural response is to say, okay, let me turn this other side. It's not even in you to do that. So we had to break that mind frame of just being so subservient.
Docile.
Yeah, without a doubt. But that's how they made, because you're not gonna keep a slave. The first slaves that was brought over here was rebellious, die, kill, Nat Turner mode. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, they broke down that mentality to make us how we are now. So we believe in that. We believe in love your enemy. If I love him, he wouldn't be my enemy. You know, so it's against your nature to feel like that. You know, God don't even love his enemies. You read the Bible, you read in the scripture, God speaks about what he's gonna do to his enemies. He's gonna destroy them. So I mean, it's just about understanding that, man. And now we don't believe in that. We believe if never be the aggressor, but fight with those who fight with you.
Exactly.
You know, I have every right to defend myself and defend my life. You know, I'm just gonna let you just do me any kind of way. You know, you try to attack me, my family, you're gonna die, or I'm gonna die. Somebody gonna get it.
I know something about y'all music just attached to my spirit. Something about us just being a man that ain't afraid of combat, ain't afraid of conversation.
You gonna be beating you up, shut up.
I would slap the dog shit out of this nigga.
Shit, you gonna slap me, nigga.
This nigga. Anyway, but look, I know there's certain things that, like, you go to church and you can say, okay, well, turn the other cheek, do this and that and that stuff. And they say spirit is something that comes from within. It's something that it affects you, and sometimes you never know where it's coming from. Right. I've got that from all kind of speeches I heard from Malcolm X. I got it from everybody that I ever heard that says you do not allow yourself to be this type of person. And the people that tell you to walk around with blind faith, I always got some things that said it's kind of stupid, it's kind of weird. Let's not do that. What you think about that?
I mean, you know, faith without works is dead. You know, it's one thing to believe something, it's another thing to know it. See, we're on the 3rd floor in this building. I can believe it's raining outside. I can believe it's raining outside. But until I look outside and see the rain, now I know it's raining because I see it. You know, so anything it's all right. Belief is the first stage. It's all right to believe. But at some point, your belief has to be backed up with facts. You know, you can't just say, well, I believe this and that. You know, the book say prove all things. You know, so it ain't about just believing, because if I'm trying to save you or bring you into the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, then I got to be able to explain what it is I believe in. So I can't just say, if I get to talking and then you stump me, and I go, oh, well, you just got to believe. You can't do that. You done lost me then. I done lost you.
But you know what, man, it's messed up is that, and see, somebody like me, man, I was raised, man, very, very religious. My mom's, you know what I'm saying, she Christian, whatever, you know what I'm saying. All my grandparents was Christian, you know what I mean? You know, so growing up, that's what we was taught, you know what I'm saying, was to be Christian. You know what I mean? And that's what I was for a long time, man. And as I started to get older and I started to, you know what I'm saying, do my own research and stop taking what they was telling me as fact, you know what I'm saying, and start doing my own research, man, I really, man, you really start going down that hole, man, that rabbit hole of religion, man, it gets deep fast. It gets real deep fast, and one of my things is, man, is like you start talking about facts and shit that people can prove. Man, religion, man, what you
talk about it?
You know what I'm saying? How you gonna prove that? So as far as that regard, man, all I know is that, you know, I believe in a universal God. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in man's interpretation of God, because I feel like, you know, your interpretation, his interpretation, her interpretation, his interpretation. Who got it right?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm gonna say this. And this is spoke on that years ago, and he said that you could say 5 plus 2, you could say 6 plus 1, you could say 4 plus 3.
Everywhere you go, it's 7. Yeah.
Now, God is not the author of confusion. Yeah. So, but man is the author of confusion.
Exactly.
So if there is discrepancies in the bodies of knowledge and the different religions and the principles of them, it wasn't God's doing. You know, it was man's doing. Yeah. And a lot of time when man does it, he does it for a purpose to benefit himself.
Right.
You know, he does things to lean. It's the Bible say, lean not to your own understanding. You know, because with that regard is the answers are out there. Now, if you dig deep and deep and deep and you find answers, now whether you want to accept the answers and believe in them or take them in, then that's your choice, because ain't no compulsion. But at the end of the day, the answers are out there if you want to research and find it. But I will say this on that note, regardless of what label that you carry, whatever religious label that you carry, the only principle that you should follow is just obedience. You know, obedience to the higher power, to the Most High. Right. You know, now, because if you are working in accordance, which all of us striving, ain't none of us perfect. I know I ain't. Right. But if we all striving to be on that accord, and we trying to live at the best of our ability, then me and you could walk together and be claiming 2 different religious labels, and nobody would know, because we working side by side. Then all of a sudden he said, "Well, man, well, what are you, man? Oh, I'm a Muslim." And they say, "Oh, you must be a Muslim too." "No, I'm a Christian." You know, but you didn't know because we working in the same place. So yeah, and I always use that example. You know, when I talk to different people and you know, they know I'm a Muslim, and then we talk about Christianity, and I say, "Look, man, you know, I have this conversation all the time. If Muhammad and Jesus lived in the same time, they walked together, because believe it or not, they operated off the same principles. You know, so when you operate off the same principles, labels mean nothing. Right. You know, labels are something that we just put on it. You know, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, I'm a Jew, I'm an agnostic, whatever you call yourself. It ain't about the label, it's about the practice, the principle of it.
So when you opening up your church, K-Rino?
Oh, I ain't. I can't open up. I ain't nothing holy about me to be trying to open up no. They'll run me out the business.
You got any political?
I'll be on Nightline.
Hey man, I hate to cut it short, man. You know what I mean? 2 hours went by real quick, man.
We got 2 hours.
Yeah, it's 2 hours, man. We got 1 minute. We off the air, man. Hey, K-Rino, man. Big bro, man, it's a pleasure having you come to the show, man, and blessing us with your wisdom, man. And real quick, man, if there's anything you want to tell the people, man, let them know about what projects, where they can reach you at, any upcoming events.
Man, we just made history, man. We dropped 7 albums at one time. You can get them on iTunes, or you can email me at spckrino@aol.com to get the physical copies, man. Check me out straight up.
That's what's up, man.
I heard them, man. They all 7 are jamming.
That's what's up, man. Hey.
I ain't never seen nobody do that before.
Man, that's what's up, man.
What the shirt say? What the shirt say?
Say, who does that? It's never been. There's a reason why you never heard of it.
Hey, well, you know what it is, man. Hey, this is Young Pro checking out, man. Shout out to my co-host, man, Keystone Young J, man. My nigga M's up, Nico in the building, man. I'm the host, man. Young Pro SSMG. Make sure y'all follow me. Twitter, Instagram, your baby mama house. You know what it is. Niggas support Street Radio, the livest motherfucking show. On the internet, nigga. We out this bitch. Tune in next Tuesday. Happy New Year's, niggas.